Today we are going to be back in a rotation for me to bring you a Flame and Glass Shadow. This time I've been a bit of a Flame and Glass kind of streak, I guess, recently. So that's why I'm picking this deck up. I've never really played much Helio like since he was released because I'm a certified brain dead player, I guess. I don't think very much, or I'm not really good at thinking when I play the game, so I just play easy decks usually. So yeah, but for the sake of the meme, we are here to play some Flame and Glass Shadow today. I mean, this deck has been around since the beginning of the expansion, right? But I guess I'm a bit late to the party in this case. But here we are playing this deck. It's pretty straightforward. It's like very much your standard Helio list, but instead of running cards like Gilgamesh and Abyssal Kernel, you take that all out, and instead you're running a Flame and Glass. And I ran one copy of Journey to the Past because it's not, I mean, it's a meme deck, you might as well run the meme cards, right? That's what Journey to the Past is doing here. Unlike with the standard Helio sort of list, you can't really search for your main reanimate target. There's no way to search Flame and Glass, so we have to run 3 copies here. In this deck in particular, you have to play a bit differently because your main focus is Flame and Glass instead of just reanimating high-powered cards for a relatively low cost. So that's it. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward Helio stuff, so we're just gonna jump into the games. So for our first game, we'll be playing against Dragon, and we are going second. Dragon is like the standard matchup, I guess. I sort of include it in like just every video just because it's so prevalent on the ladder. It's like an infestation, so this is our union required Dragon game, I guess. So for the mulligan, we just pick up the key cards: Grave Void Knight, Flame and Glass. Haunted Mansion is good in the early game as well. Made this a good way to search Void Knight. That's about what I usually go for. Keep Soul's Light as well to help you draw cards and cards. Just a good option. So there's the Joe, so we do know this is buff now. We pick up the Haunted Mansion, we're just gonna go ahead and play that. Pick up the Ghosts. Haunted Mansion is good for both generating shadows and giving you a body that you can either bury or fuse depending on what you need. Go ahead and draw, pick up the Flame and Glass here, so that's good. So now we have one of our pieces. The hardest to find piece really in our deck is Flame and Glass, so the fact that we're picking up early on is pretty solid. Now we just need to find Misguided Maiden and Helio, and we are good to go. Of course, we also need to fuse cards. So here I trade the Ghost first to make sure I have enough shadows before I fuse into the Void Knight to make sure that I don't waste the fuse. So yeah, and there we go ahead and fuse the cards. We do pick up the Helio and the Misguided Maiden, so all the combo pieces, I guess, are in place now. We actually just need to fuse enough cards. We are at 1 fuse now, so a bit far from these card pieces that we are aiming for, but we can get there with one more Void Knight or something. Opponent puts another Joe and just Rams. Luckily for me, opponent doesn't have a high rolly sort of Grand Slam that they pull out of nowhere. I think I'm pretty sure I just misplayed there and didn't count my shadows, so I fused before I had enough shadows for a Void Knight, so that was a misplay on my part. Yeah, I fused the cards I needed. I do pick up another Misguided Maiden, which is good because it's not going to waste, because as you can see, you don't have enough fuse, so this isn't actually gonna reanimate anything. I just played the Helio here just to clear the Orca Surfer. What? Is that what it's called? You know what I'm talking about, the Orca, like a Orca Rider, sorry, that's what it's called. So you just need to clear that to minimize damage to our face. Since this deck has no healing, it's a bit, you have to be careful about how much damage you take. Opponent goes for 2 mermaids into an Asuka and Shiori here. Thankfully we have more evil points, so the Asuka and Shiori doesn't actually do anything for them. So you do pick up a second Void Knight here, which will allow us to probably reach enough cards fused. We go ahead and bury the Void Knight we just used. We don't really need it for anything now. We can get enough shadows to in. Go ahead and fuse the Helio as well. You didn't need 1 copy buried. Other than your first buried copy of Helio, you probably want to the rest in case you ever need to use Heart's Radiance for some reason. Helio can come out there to get you a good follower. We're going to go ahead and use the apple on the Helio here, which will give us another Helio to work with. And go ahead and get rid of the Asuka and Shiori and just hit base. When you're going for the Flame and Glass version like we are doing here right now, you kind of want to leave 1 board space open so that when your Flaming Glass gets destroyed, you have space to summon both the Harness Flame and the Harness Glass. So just a little tip. It's it's very easy to mess up that. So my opponent plays Terminus here, which is fine. Second Terminus, so from the looks of it, they should have a way to clear my Flaming Glass. But then they pull out the one cost Grand Slam Tamer, which is definitely outside of the calculations. So yeah, they're gonna be able to stop me from getting my Flaming Glass here, as well as hit me for a bit of damage to my face, but it did trade, I guess. Makes sense to me. Now we are out of that, but we can go ahead and use the Journey to the Past to pick up another Flaming Glass. We trade here to make space so that we can evolve from Skylar Maiden, which give us another Helio. And once again, we are gonna make sure we have enough board space, so we trade them Skylar Maiden first and then trade the Helio, so that this will give us another Flaming Glass. And we can go ahead and just hit them in the face with some damage. So now they are in a bit of a difficult position because we have a complete set here, so that if they don't clear the board, they will get the Flaming Glass. So they go for the Heaven Scale Dragon here, which will pop both of our Flaming Glasses, and it looks like they don't have a way to clear out two of them, so then now I get one Flaming Glass, which I have lethal, so just go ahead and play Helio to get rid of these. Or in the way that we can finish them off with Flaming Glass, and that's it for this game. So for our next game, we have a game against Sword here, and we are going second once again. I love going second. I don't think we care too much whether we're going first or second in this deck. Got two Void Knights here. I decided to toss the Void Knight. I don't really know why. I should probably have kept one. That was a mistake, but oh well. I guess I was just looking hard searching for Flaming Glass. Since Void Knight has tutors, right? So I guess my logic was just to pick up Flaming Glass as fast as possible since it doesn't have a tutor. Someone plays the twofold Grey here, so we still don't know what this is. Hand's looking a bit iffy right now, so we're trying to fix it. So we go ahead and play the Ghost here and play Night Terrors. Another benefit of the Ghost, of course, is that it gives you a target to play Night Terrors into for 1 keep. It's actually pretty hard to find this deck, run that many followers, so having ways to play Night Terrors is always good. Against Sword, we will have trade targets for Helio anyway, so Night Terrors isn't as high priority to hold on to as maybe some more not less board oriented matchups. So we go ahead and just try to draw our cards here, pick up the Misguided Maiden as well as the Flaming Glass here. We also have Helio destroyed now, so we should be more or less ready. We go ahead and fuse the Helio just to make hand space so that we don't mill, because we're gonna generate a ghost here. There is the Love Seeker. What is this card called? Something Seeker, right? Seeker of Love, right? And then the Bonus do that here, which is fine. So we go ahead and play the Misguided Maiden here. We have the Apple in hand. We have enough ways to fuse cards. As you can see, we're at 4 now. We have enough ways, so we're just gonna go ahead and fuse some cards here, which will allow us to hopefully well, not hopefully, will allow us to summon out 2 Flaming Glass on turn 4. It's quite a high roll, I guess. For us here, we're able to summon out 2 Flames and Glass, especially against Sword, which doesn't have very good removal tools. This should pose to be quite a big problem for them, so we go ahead and trade our followers, leave 1 board space for the Flaming Glass to summon out as required, and then we just pass turn here, and I wouldn't be so... They might be able to clear some followers, but I doubt they will be able to clear like everything here. Obviously, it's a pretty sturdy board we have going on here. So there's the Despotic Pawn Maker. They're gonna go ahead and trade for our Flaming Glass here. And go ahead and play the Wandering Knight, which will let them clear both Flames and Glass, which is good for them. But unfortunately for them, they have no way to clear the Harness Flame and Harness Glass. So they go ahead and pass. And we pick up the Flaming Glass here, so we have lethal as well. It's a bit of a high roll game, so let's go for one more game. So for our last game for today, we are going first, finally, and it's against Haven. There is of course the options for heal and Laina for Haven, but we don't really know which one it is. Go ahead and keep the Haunted Mansion here just because it's good in the early game, and also you don't really want to draw in the late game, so keeping it in the early game gives you more options as well as making it so that you won't draw in the late game. As you can see in this free play, I was trying out a different list that ran Sweet Soul Necromancer over Provisions Aplenty, which after testing I decided wasn't really worth it, so I returned back to the Provisions Aplenty version. But for this game we have Sweet Soul Necromancer, I guess. We'll go ahead and play the main here, which allows us to pick up the Grave Void Knight. Go ahead and trade here, and then we just the Sweet Soul Necromancer try to draw it into our key cards. Since we're having a lot of Bellrite isn't exactly that useful, so that's a bit of a problem. Here I played the Ghost instead of playing Carrot Wind. I probably should have just played Carrot Wind instead, so I think that was a misplay on my part here. I think I was saving it to maybe clear a follower if they played one, but I mean, even they don't really have much of an early game presence, so yeah, I think I should have just played Carrot Wind early game. But I didn't, so there's... Go ahead and play the Carrot Wind now. I'm sure we don't really have anything we want to fuse that badly, so we just go ahead and fuse the Sweet Soul here just to draw into our deck and get our fusion condition going. Go ahead and fuse into the Soul Slide as well to just draw a card, try to find something useful here. We don't pick out anything, so we're just gonna go ahead and play the Soul Slide out as well to draw more cards. Make sure we are on track for our fusion, as well as trying to find a Misguided Maiden and Flaming Glass, which we do pick up here. I'll destroy for we have Helio destroy as well, so we will be ready to get Flaming Glass going soon. Go ahead and play the other mint here. I think I misplayed here and I didn't evolve the mint here, but I definitely should have just evolved it. So we'll go ahead and fuse to try and get our fuse condition going. Even if in some cases you might have enough cards to fuse to get your fuse condition, not always correct. Like, even after your fuse, you still need to play the game, so you shouldn't like just like go all in and fuse your entire hand just to rush the Helio, and unless you know that doing it will win you the game. In this case, we're not gonna win the game just by playing Helio, so we'll go ahead and just wait for one more turn and aim the next turn instead. We're gonna place the Goddess and Compassion here, and they will ramp because we spent our Evo point there. We left the Laina alive, but that's not really a big deal. They don't have much in the way of burst damage, so we don't have to worry that much about leaving the Laina alive. Go ahead and fuse again. And here I bury the Helio, which maybe not like the best play. I have been better to save Helio for fusion in case we need to use the Heart's Radiance here. We'll have to see, but then we have used enough cards now, so now we'll be able to play Misguided Maiden to give us the Flaming Glass. We go ahead and play the Poison Apple on the Helio, play another Poison Apple, and we go ahead and trade the Misguided Maiden to ensure we have enough board space to house the Harness Flame and Harness Glass when they pop the Flaming Glass here. Yeah, I decided to Night Terrace the Helio, which I'm not really sure if that was the correct play or not. That's what I ended up doing. So there they played the Laina here, which because I destroyed my own Helio, they were actually able to pop the Flaming Glass, all of them. But it's also worth noting that because my entire board got destroyed, I have enough space for two each of the Harness Flame and the Harness Glass, so there's that was worth noting. Fortunately, they do just destroy everything with Fuse Gorman, so that's a bit of a shame for us. But I guess that's what we have to deal with here. The Misguided Maiden is a little bit not particularly useful here. I buried the Helio here, I'm not sure. I think I should probably bury Misguided Maiden since they have Evo points anyway. So go ahead and trade the Helio here, which will give us Flaming Glass, and then we play the Journey to the Past after that. Journey to the Past was Silent Follows that were destroyed last turn or this turn, so by destroying my Helio before playing it, I have a chance to reanimate both. It's not really reanimate, but I have a chance to resummon both a Flaming Glass and a Helio. Unfortunately, I picked up Harness Flame and Harness Glass instead of the Flaming Glass. That's a bit of a shame. And they do have another Muse Gorman, so they're able to snipe the Flaming Glass from behind our wards. Go ahead and play the Cottontail Chirurgeon as well, just to, I guess, get their Laina condition going. Unfortunately for them, well, maybe not that unfortunate, but they're not able to fully stop me from getting Flaming Glass here because they don't have quite enough firepower for that, so we do get one copy of Flaming Glass here that we can use. So I was trying to pick a Night Terrace, I think, to pop my own Flaming Glass to put it in the grave, but unfortunately I didn't manage to find one. I could have played Heart's Radiance instead, but that's a bit questionable to play that right now, especially if you look at my destroyed followers, or rather my fused cards, not my destroyed followers. I don't really have that good of a Heart's Radiance. I literally summon one follower. So we go ahead and play the Flame and Glass, just the main body here, just to try to pressure them, I guess, to protect my followers. Use the carrot one here and pick up the Great Gator. Just because we're probably playing Heart's Radiance next time. Unfortunately, they do have Prayer Conviction, which does manage to banish my Flame and Glass. So maybe I should have just played Heart's Radiance there to pop my own Flame and Glass to ensure that I had that option available to me later on. So a bit of a misplay there probably. Yeah. And here I played Night Terrors. I definitely should have just played Night Terrors on the Flaming Glass. It would have survived it anyway, so a bit of a misplay on my part, but that's fine. So go ahead and trade our followers here. Summon out the board here, and then we go ahead and use the Adjudicator, use the carrot one, and go for Heart's Radiance here. Unfortunately, we don't have Helio. As we mentioned earlier, we don't have to destroy Helio. I can use the apple here just to clear one of the followers, as well as give myself an extra ward out of the Soul Grinder here. So they do trade here, which will back my Soul Grinder. Then we play Alexiel, so they're probably going to trade Divine Minister here, so hopefully it doesn't banish the Soul Grinder, and thankfully it doesn't, so we do manage to keep the Soul Grinder to protect our face, as well as get another extra buff onto Adjudicator, and thanks to the extra buff we got, we actually have lethal this turn with another Heart's Radiance. So yeah, that's it for this game. Sometimes even without Flaming Glass, this deck can still win, because I mean, at its core, it's still kind of like Helio Shadow, right? So you can still definitely win games without Flaming Glass, so just keep that in mind. So that's all the games I have for you today. The pretty, well, it's not really a simple deck, but I mean, it's pretty straightforward what the deck is meant to do, right? You just summon a Flaming Glass. It's definitely a lot worse than just playing standard Helio Shadow for a lot of reasons, but I mean, if you really want to, I mean, Flaming Glass is thematically a pretty popular card, right? I think a lot of people like Flaming Glass, so if you want to make good use of Flaming Glass in rotation, you can play this deck, I guess. Maybe adjust the list if you think my list is bad, which it might be, but it's not that bad, but it's not that good. Maybe you can climb with it, I don't know. I think I lost MP playing this deck, so maybe you can't climb with it, but yeah. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Yeah, bye bye.